Hey guys, welcome back to Cherish Notes. I first want to apologize for the long wait for this one. I know I was gonna be like, oh, it'll be up tomorrow, and that was like 2 weeks ago, but I've been really putting off reading the book because it was really slow and boring, and I just wasn't enjoying it at all, so I kept pushing it off and kept pushing it off. Today, I finally was like, you gotta finish it, that way you can get on, you can get back on schedule and read more books, and it'll be enjoyable again. And so I went ahead and I finished the rest of the book originally because I was just like, you just need to get it done. Just read the rest of the book, get a video up, get it done, and then, you know, it'll be good. But I ended up reading the rest of the book because I couldn't stop reading. From like March on is alright. Very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. I actually called my boyfriend and like yelled at him for 20 minutes about how frustrating March and April was. And I was originally going to actually like review the book. I'm still going to review the book. I was originally not going to review it very well because of how slow almost the entire book is, but it's actually really worth it for like the last 10 pages, because the last 10 pages are just perfect and adorable and they make me so happy. It was great. It was perfect. The last 10 pages are totally worth the read. So, from now, getting into it, from March to May, a lot of stuff happens. Gabe finally gets a hold of himself and he comes out about a lot of stuff, and I was right. Alright, let me find the sticky. Look, all of these are today, by the way. The sticky note where he actually comes out about how it's a car accident, and then he just tells like everyone. He's just like, I was in a car accident. I was in a car accident. It was like Oprah. It's crazy. You will get away. Just kidding, sorry. But so he comes out and he tells everyone, and then he goes to tell Leah, and then things are dumb again. As always, could you guys see my eye roll? As always, and then things get dumb, and then they finally talk to each other, and then they finally open up about everything, and then things are dumb for like 2 weeks, a week or so, I don't know, and then suddenly they're in love, and then it's the last 10 pages, and it's the best thing of my life. So now we're going to go through to analyze and talk about all of these little fun dad boys right here. Okay, so in March, let's see, where's the first one? Oh yeah, right here. I was right, car accident, right. Hopefully you can see this, because the last few times you guys actually haven't been able to see it, and I'm just awful at fixing it. Alright, so, right there. Then, so he talks about the car accident, and then the English teacher talks about, he goes to the English teacher and he tells the English teacher everything. Like, tells the squirrel, then he tells the English teacher, and then he talks about it with Casey. And Casey's like, oh my god. Okay. But, then he also tells the barista. Like, he tells everyone again. Car accident. Yeah. But also I thought it was neat that they like do her name differently, because she's also kind of a main character that's talked about a lot, because she has like her own little thing. Yeah, I just thought that was neat. And then she like talks about it, and then he tells Casey he's getting a hearing aid, and he gets a hearing aid and he can hear and everything's okay. And he's suddenly like a completely different person. I mean, he's still kind of shy, but he's like way more confident also, and it's crazy. It's crazy. So, that's what happens there. And then, oh yeah, so what had happened, so he got in a car accident. This how the car accident happened. He was like icy, and he was driving, and his back tires caught on the ice, and he did like a bunch of donuts, and then he slammed into a tree. Have you guys seen 50 First Dates? 50 First Dates. That's, do the same thing, smacks into a tree. And, it completely shatters like his elbow and stuff, and he like smacks his head on the door, and it like busts his ear, and he can't hear anymore. So that's what happens, because we've all been wondering. It's okay. I know, you were curious. moving on. So like him and Sam talk about it, and then I thought it was funny because while this is happening, like spring break goes on during March, and that happens right before spring break. He goes off to spring break. While this is happening, his other friends and Leah's friends are going on like this weird date thing, and as soon as they meet up for the date, they just sit and talk about Leah and Gabe and how much they should be together, which I think is funny because now they're like contemplating, like, oh, we gotta get them together. We gotta. Just gotta. So that happens, and I thought that was funny. And then, there's all of that. It's like 4 pages of just them being like, we gotta. Yeah, I don't know. It's my hand movement of the day. Finger guns, always. Then, so they're doing that. And then it's April. I didn't even realize I'd gotten into April until I was almost done with April, and it was like May, and I was like, but I'm still in March. Like, did we skip a month? And I went back, and I just completely read through April without realizing that the chapter had changed. So, like, the last few chapters are that good. Totally worth the read. So, not a lot happens in April other than whatever I told you, where, like, super lame again. Like, Gabe finally gets up the confidence to talk to Leah, and he, like, goes to talk to her, and he's like, can I sit here? And she's like, yeah, you can sit there, and he sits down, she gets up and leaves. That's what happens, and it's super dumb, and lamedy lame. And then there's a party, and then at the party, they yell at each other, and everything gets out, and, well, not everything right then, they, like, yell at each other, and, like, some stuff gets out, and then they're like, we can't do this here, and so then they go out in the front yard, and they yell some more, and then Gabe's like, I'm too drunk to deal with this, and he leaves, and then Leah is like, I just want to go home, and takes Victor, you know, the annoying guy, takes Victor, and then they both end up at the same bus, and then they, like, tell each other everything, and Leah's like, I need some time to think, and then she regrets it, and that's where we are at now. No. Nope. This. Okay, so, a day or two later, the creative writing English teacher gives them an assignment, and it's where they have to explain a person in 100 words without using adjectives. Now this is important because this sets up for like the last 30 pages of the book, like sets it up. Like the next 20 pages are about this, and then the next 10 pages are just cute. They're just like a fuzzy bunny and cute. So she explains that, and then everyone's like, oh, it's such a good idea. Okay, not everyone. Everyone hates the idea except for Leah and Gabe, but they're like, oh, such a good idea. So yeah, that's what they do. So Leah, after that, goes to the Starbucks. She's like complaining. She's like, why did I tell him I need time? Why didn't I just make out with him then? And her friend's like, it's okay, you still got time. So then they both write about each other for their things, and then they fall in love with each other, and then it's like super duper cute. So I'm going to read their little things because it's only 100 words and it just kills me on the inside. So here goes Gabe's. He's like, every time I see her, I'm always surprised. She keeps me on my toes. She smiles when I need her to, even though she could never know that I needed her to. I like the way she looks when she's thinking. I like the way she looks at me when I'm thinking. She talks to squirrels like they're her friends. I think that says a lot about a person. The way they treat animals, it tells you how they'll treat you when you're not saying a word. They'll talk to you even if you don't say much in return. Perfect. It's perfect. So then Leo's also perfect. He stands like he doesn't want anyone to look at him. I look anyways because I want to, because his posture forces me to. If he didn't want me to look, he'd have stopped existing altogether. Because I never know when he might look back. I want to make sure I'm prepared. If I miss my moment, I may never get another chance, and if I don't get another chance, he'll never know that I was looking in the first place. Because that's the kind of person he is, the kind of person that makes you want to look. God, they're so good. They're just both become adorable writers together. I lost my place. That was another thing. Halfway through, so I called the boyfriend to complain, and I lost my place, and it took 20 minutes for me to find it again because I was too busy yelling and complaining, but found it. So then, moving on, after this, they fall in love, and they're super cute, and they do a bunch of cute stuff, and everyone just talks about how cute they are, and it's just really, really adorable and exciting, and you need to read the book for those last 10 pages. Just read the last 10 pages. Just don't even worry about that. Just read the last 10 pages. So that was a little something different. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to read next. I kind of want to do a few little fun things, but I also think I might do a Wattpad book next or something, so if you guys have any recommendations, I have a bunch of books saved on Wattpad that I've never actually finished reading, because I read The Teddy Bear Agreement a year or two ago, and I really liked it, and then she took it down, and I was really sad, and I didn't want to read it anymore, but, if you guys don't know what that is. But I want to do a Wattpad book next, I'm thinking. Either that or the Maximum Ride series, or I have a few other books over there. I just really haven't decided yet, but I should be back on Monday. And next week, maybe kind of, like the next 2 or 3 weeks, maybe kind of hectic, but I have a lot of fun, exciting ideas, and once I pick a book, I plan on being more invested. Hopefully. I'm sorry this has taken so long. I apologize every time. Yeah, so that was a little something different. It was really long and slow, but the last 10 pages are worth it. Cherish notes. See you next time.